What's up, you guys? Here are 5 drum set accessories that I use all the time and that are under $20. So our first item is a goat hoof or seed shaker. I prefer the goat hoof shaker. I first heard Eric Harland using this on a snare drum. It's a really nice dry sound. You can put it on your snare drum, on your hi-hats, on your cymbal, or even on your floor tom. So I say goat hoof shaker and seed shaker because they're a very similar thing. They're both on a string. They can both go around the hi-hat, the center of the hi-hat there. And you can set them on your hi-hat, on your snare drum, pretty much anywhere on the drum set that you think sounds cool. These are really versatile items and you can use them even with your hand. So here's some of the ways I've come up with to use these shakers on the drum set. So guys, the second item on our list is a brass string of bells, and a lot of the drumming community already knows about this and they love using them on their hi-hats, and I definitely do this, but I also love to use it on the floor tom and on the snare drum. So on the snare drum, it creates a nice crisp pop, and on the floor tom, it has a really nice jingle, especially when the floor tom is tuned really low. I actually heard Greg Hutchinson doing this the first time on like a 16-inch floor tom. So yeah, here's some of the ways that I've come up with to use these on the drum set. So guys, number 3 on this list is an old bell or splash cymbal. So you can put these on a snare drum, you can put these on a rack tom, you can stack them up on other cymbals. Again, it's kind of limitless what you can do with it. There's lots of creative ways you can use it. And I even used to use like a first act little tiny crash cymbal that kids play with a little wooden handle. And I took it and I hollowed out that hole a little more so it could fit on a cymbal stand, and I can use it to stack on other cymbals. I can put it on the snare drum. So yeah, here's some of the ways I use those on the drum set. Check it out. So guys, number 4 is a big fat snare drum or an old snare drum head. You can cut out an old snare drum head around the metal rim that goes around the drum head when it's off a drum, obviously. And you can set this on top of an existing drum head, and it makes the pitch a ton lower, it makes it a little more controllable, and it's a really cool effect. The other option is just buying a big fat snare drum, which is like 20 bucks. I found it's a little more durable and it just looks a little bit better on the drum set. You can pair the big fat snare drum or snare drum head with other things like the bells on the floor tom like I was talking about, and I actually used my big fat snare drum mostly on the floor tom. So again guys, there's like limitless ways to use these things on the drum set, so here's some of the creative ways that I try to use them on the drum set. So number 5 is a towel. Like just a basic hand towel. I always carry one of these around with me, and it's great to put behind a bass drum that sounds really bad. Right behind the pedal in the bass drum. It's great to throw it on a floor tom, the whole thing, or you can fold it up and put it around the rim of the floor tom. I saw Marcus Gilmore doing this the first time. You can set it over the snare drum. Same thing, you can put the whole thing on the snare drum, or you can put it around the snare drum. Tons and tons of creative ways you can use a towel on the drum set. It makes it a little quieter, a little more controllable. So yeah, here's some of the ways I use the towel on the drum set. So yeah guys, there's 5 drum accessories under $20. All of these are so creative. There's so many different creative things you can do around the drum set with these. You can mute drums, you can mute cymbals, you can do tons and tons of different things with these very simple items. So yeah, these are great gifts for drummers, and these are just great things to carry around with you. They're all super versatile and they're all really cheap. So let me know if you find some new ways to use these things, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching again today guys, and I'll see you in the next one.